I just want to talk about dyslexia. Now, I'm classed as a very dyslexic person. I even did the test at school and everything. So this is how it is for me. I don't know if you're dyslexic. I don't know about you, what you think it is for me. Not me, you. I don't know what you think it is for you. But this is what it's like for me. So I have a distinct bad memories, lots of distinct bad memories of school. It was shit for me. Because they were trying to teach me something I didn't want to learn, and I really didn't. And this was my instinct. So my instinct was, and this is from primary school, these people are a bit nuts. They want me to learn something that's got nothing to do with anything to do with me. I grew up playing outside and doing stuff outside and doing my own thing and, digging holes. I dug loads of holes. And I learned how to use a spade and loads of stuff. I learned loads of practical things. And if this is what I want to say. So if I went to school, this is a definite, by the way. If I went to school and they applied my life to what they were teaching me, so somehow, if they did that, and I'll tell you why I know this in a minute. If they did that, I would have learnt to read and write a lot better than I have, because I would have been, I need to do this to achieve my goals. Now, I know this because when I left school, I learnt to read and write really fast. And this is secondary school. The whole of secondary school, I sat in a class and they were trying to get me to read and write. I wasn't just bored. I switched off my brain. These people to me were insane. I didn't know what they were doing. They weren't applying it to anything. What I'm saying is I was kind of awake, but having to switch my mind off. Soon as I left school, I got a job, like straight away, building work, doing stuff. I had to write invoices. I had to write stuff down. I had to read stuff on packets of all kinds of stuff. Just stuff. I just had to do stuff. So I taught myself. And I can't spell very well because I don't actually agree with how they do spelling in England. I think it's nuts. I just spell how it sounds. But that's because I don't give a shit. I really don't. I don't care what people think of me when I spell. And when they laugh, I find that funny. Because I don't care and it's funny that they're laughing. I think most dyslexic people are probably like this. So I don't think it's something to do with your brain necessarily. But I do know that in your childhood, this is when you learn how to do a lot of this stuff, this complicated stuff, and it gets programmed in, and then you just do it. So I learnt it later on, and half-heartedly a bit, but I can read really well because it's easy to learn how to read when you want to. That's the problem. So if you're dyslexic, carry on. My advice is to carry on not giving a fuck at all. Don't give a fuck because who cares? And if people want to be, up their own arses about, knowing how to do stuff, and this can be subconscious. They can be implying it in lots of ways, and in lots of ways in your life, like you're not educated, so you don't know type of thing. On the whole, I would say dyslexic people are much more educated in life. I find, anyway. Anyway, a bit of a rant, but I've been classed as dyslexic my whole life, and I suppose I am in a way, but at the same time, I don't see it as relevant to anything, learning someone else's structure of talking. I mean, I can talk, I can use my words, I know big words, I know some big words, so there's all that stuff. Anyway, if you're dyslexic, don't be put down, just crack on with your life. And if you're at school and you're dyslexic, speak up. Definitely speak up. Just say, this is boring. I don't want to do this. I want to dig holes, or I want to think about aircraft, or you're making me do something I really don't want to do. Because I sat there. Listen. This is what happened to me. I sat there through school and I did nothing. No one noticed. I mean, this was in the 90s. No one cared. The teachers didn't care. I didn't want to sit my exams, and I sat my exams. I sat in the hall and I did nothing. I waited for it to end. It was embarrassing that they were making me do that. I mean, no one went, you're not going to do anything, and I'll be like, no one asked. I just sat there and did nothing. How bizarre is that no one showed an interest? Because they didn't. I don't know what they make you do now. But anyway, back then I did nothing my whole school life. I never went to pick up my exam results because the whole time I thought it was a whole load of shit. That's just how I feel. I got on with my life afterwards. I was just waiting for it to end. So yeah, little rant about dyslexia, or whatever you want to call not wanting to crack on and do anything, and then blame it on people's brains being not being able to process properly or whatever. I think it's bullshit. I think ultimately they just don't want to do it because they don't need to, and they know that. So yeah, that's how it is for me. If it's not like that for you and you don't think that, that's fair enough. But that's definitely how it is for me. Okay, rant over. Going to carry on mowing the grass. Okay, cheerio.